I'm Tony, this is SV Tapatya, and we are building a cruising sailboat. You may have heard that before. Yeah, this week, let's get straight in there, because as you may well be aware, we're getting very close to being finished and really just doing sort of last jobs before, hopefully, we're moved up to a marina. There's an ongoing story there, but we're getting there. And going to start off this week with finishing off something that started last week, and that is the underwater epoxy primer sealer. So everything that's under the waterline there, all the way down to the bottom of the keel, has 6 coats of epoxy primer sealer on it to thoroughly seal it. You know, I had 4 on I think last week, and I started off this week getting those last 2 coats on there. I had to order some more paint, so I had to wait for that to arrive, but when it arrived, got the 2 coats on there. I say all the way down there. The metal part of the keel, which is that section forwards there, we'll still get some VC tar, international VC tar on it still to come, but other than that, under the waterline is sealed. And so, having painted the rudder, 2 coats of top coat, it's time to get some hardware on it. Some of this stainless steel that you see there. Give it a quick clean up and a final fitting. Right. Let's get some nuts on it. down like this, I think.
So does the wind vane hook up to the rudder?
Yeah. So I've got this ply box thing mounted on the aft end. You may know that I've been making that for a while. And it plays several roles. One, it's got the aft nav light, stern light mounted on the back. Down there, you see an electric junction box here. So wiring from the nav light comes into the junction box. On the back side here, around here, there's the plug for the tiller pilot to plug in. And its main purpose is the mounting for the vane section of the wind vane that goes on top of there. So that's why it's there. And I have to say, in the end, I'm quite pleased with the appearance of the thing. It's come out well. Elsewhere on YouTube, my daughter Hazel has now set off sailing and has released the first video of her actually sailing. I think it's episode 2 or 3 of her channel, but she's got her first sailing video out. She's in a junk rigged ketch called a Lanya Wally, sailing on the west coast of Scotland at the moment. And as I say, first video's out. Check it out, guys. Link in video description or here. Just lift that tiller up and down. Just see if it lifts up and down easy enough for it. And now, is that any stiffer or not?
Yeah, maybe a bit.
Now? Now? Still easy enough. Now? Is it getting stiffer or not?
Yeah, it's getting stiffer. I don't know how stiff you want it, because
well, don't want to,
you know, it will stay there.
You're lifting that quite easily, aren't you?
Yeah, more or less.
Now?
Getting harder.
Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good. Yeah, it won't flow it up and down.
No. So I've got this very old tiller pilot. It's a Navico TP300C. I think it's, well, 25 years old or so, but they still make these. They've been rebranded. It's now a Simrad, and I think they call it a TP32 now, but it's the same. So I shall plug it in and check it works, which I haven't done yet, but as soon as I've got the socket wired up, the socket's the same as the TP32 as well, so got the socket wired up, I plug it in, check it works. It did work last time I used it. And there are some measurements that come in the handbook for the fitting of these. That distance between the pin at the bottom and the bit where it fits to the tiller, that is critical. And not, well, on this boat, because she's a double ender, means this end of the tiller pilot has to stick out over the side of the boat, but not too much. So I've put a wooden block on for that, which should do the job. I did a bit of thinking about how to achieve that, and I've made my mind up now and done it. And they give you a guide distance from the rudder hinges, pintles, to the pin on the tiller, and that one is less critical. It says you've got gain adjustment on these, so you can, you know, it's less critical, as I say, adjust the gain accordingly. And I've had to, on this, I've had to move it a bit further away from the pintles than the guidelines are, but I hope that'll work out okay. We will find out. There's one way to find out, isn't there? Good chance it will. But these are pretty good. When they're working, they draw half an amp, so it's not a massive amount. Standby almost nothing, and yeah, there we go. For fun. Get it in the water and see how it performs. You know, they have a reputation for being less reliable, but I used this one for several years, this actual one for several years as a tiller pilot directly on the tiller, and it was fine. And we will see. I say, time will tell. It's the only way to really know, isn't it? That is 595 up there. And that would have to go out, something like that. The question is whether that goes in there or not. I think it will actually, won't it? Yeah, it will. It will. And we're supposed to stick that in with epoxy, which of course... Yeah. $18mm. Less than that. And then we'll let that animal off. So we're going to have that in there, like that. And that is going to want to go in the middle of there. Yeah, so that's good. Just about. That's perfect. Yeah, that'd be marvellous. Fairly well, really. Should do the job. And there we go, that's it for this week. I have again spoken to the boat transport guy. I still don't have an appointment, but I do believe we're getting closer. I certainly hope so. I expect to be moving this boat in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now. And we're getting close to being ready for that. I've got some prep to do in the garden or in the driveway where we go out. There's a big hazel bush that needs trimming back seriously so we can get out. The masts have to come up on top. They've got to be on deck to move it. So we've got a few things we need to do to get ready for that, alongside the boat work. But 3 weeks, I think timescale is going to work. Thank you for watching. As ever, massive thank you to the lovely people who support us on Patreon, via PayPal, even here on YouTube, whatever they call it, super thanks or whatever it's called. It's very much appreciated. Makes these videos possible, really. If you'd like to support the making of these videos, there are links to Patreon or PayPal me in the video descriptions. So, thank you for that. We'll be back next time. See you then. Bye.